Women's trouser cutting and sewing made very simple. Hello, you are welcome back to House of Ada, and please subscribe if you are new to my channel. Let's get into the video. It is now time to sew our trouser. If you are watching this first, I will leave the link to the first video of how you can cut the pattern, so you can go and watch that first to see how we already did the cutting, and then you can come back to this to see the sewing. It is very important to sew the trousers. This is the back panel. As you can tell, this flap here is longer than the front one. So this is the front, and the front is lower here as well. So the back one is easier to make first, so we go ahead and I'm just going to sew this line 1/2 inch all through to this place. After sewing, you have something like this, and I'll keep this aside. Then we go to the front part where we have got the most job to do. So first of all, I'm going to sew this 1/2 inch to this point here. I have done in the sewing down here, and this is the major area that you have to do in the front. So I will show you with the flap that we already cut. So with this, the smaller one, I'm going to skip it here. So I'm going to sew this all the way to this place, and then I would iron this 1/2 inch in like this. So I'll be doing it and be showing you. You follow along. So after ironing this one would be like this underneath. So it's going to be like this. So I have to sew and close to this part first. So this is the first one. And then you sew. So after sewing, the zip should be laid flat like this. And then make sure that the zip is inside in the way that the flap is closing it very well. So you make sure that it is 1 inch sewing on top like this. If you're not sure, mark it out. You make it 2 lines. So I have sewn the first one. To sew the second one, you iron here properly 1/2 inch. So with my zip coming in between, the second flap will now be here. and I would pin this because sometimes it slips off. And I will now go and sew. So when you are sewing, make sure to raise the other part so you don't stitch it together. Before I sew here, I would close the zip. So here we go. So now I can sew on top of. And then I sew finally to close it here. And that is how you sew in your flap. That is our flap there, ready and neatly done. So the next thing is to put our pockets. This is the 4-piece of fabric that we already cut. So this front side facing the front side, and is going to be by the sides like this. But before I place the pockets, remember waist is shaped. So this is to make sure that it is nicely done, like so. I will cut off this excess. After trimming off that, this pocket, the one side is for the other side. Remember, the area we cut should be on the inside, and then this one to this place. So I will pick one that is on top. So this is your front side to your front side. So what I'm going to do is that I will place this like this, and this one I will place. Sorry, I have to be careful. Okay. And this to this as well. I would mark 2.5 inches and mark 6 here. And with my ruler, I will draw it up like this. And I will do so here. So I'm going to sew here and here. After sewing, you cut off, leaving just 1/2 inch. Iron and top stitch. Make sure it is properly ironed. Then I would stop stitch 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. After sewing, this is what the pocket looks like. As you can see, it's already coming up. You place this to this, and I'm going to sew it round to this part, and I'll repeat same here, so like this. After sewing it, on the outside, see what it will not look like. So remember, it's still open like this. I would just use my pin to hold it down here, and do so here too. So as you can see, our front is ready. So what I would do now is to take the back panel and place it on the front. So this is the back one, so holding it to match the front part. So I place front to front, and I'm holding it on the flap. I pin it all through to make sure that they are well fitted. When I see that the center is okay, I would pin the sides just the same way that I have pinned the center. So starting from the leg, bear in mind that the back is bigger, but it won't affect the sides that we are joining. So this is where you have to be careful. We are sewing half an inch. So I make sure that the pocket is well pinned. To the sides. And I'm going now to join it all through. After ironing the sides, the next thing I do is that I hem the bottom. I fold in half an inch first, then 1 inch. So this is to make sure that the half an inch is same all round. And I will iron the other leg as well. After ironing, I still use my pin to hold it by the side so that I doesn't sew any over. And I repeat that here. This would help you as well to sew on the right seam. Now I take it to my machine and I stitch it all round. After sewing it neatly, I will now turn it over, iron the seam, and add my waistband. Iron the seams. After ironing, oh, look at that. Nicely made trousers. After hemming the bottom and ironing, you would put a dart by the back here, just from my seam to here is going to be 4. So you take it down to, it's not a big dart, but it's going to give a fitting by the back of your waist. So just 1/2 inch here, and I repeat that here as well. And it's going to be 4 inches here, down to 4. So I will hold here and sew. So I will sew the 1/2 inch and sew the other one too. So after sewing my darts at the back, this is what it looks like. It's going to cinch the area here and give you more fitting. So now I would go ahead and add my band. So to add your band, just remember the way I said. So there is one longer with just a little bit, so that is going to be on the inside, and I would start from this one here, the one that would go in, and I would pin my band. This is just to make sure that this is well lined with the part here. So you bring it very close to your flap and pin it. Not on top of the hook, so you shift it away from the zip hook, and I'm going to pin it all round. Remember to put the both sides of the zip, the pocket, in before sewing. If you're getting a value from this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, like and share it with everyone you know. Subscribe to my channel and support me. Thank you. I'm just putting 1/2 inch and I'll pin it all through. So I make sure that they are well aligned, and here I will try and push this one in, and I'll sew it down, making sure that they are same here before you sew all round. So after adding your band, I finish off by adding the hook. Trouser is perfect for work and office. There is a perfect skirt for office work which I have made, and I'll link that up on the video at the end of this video, so you can go and watch that and check other of my videos where you can see work outfits and things for babies, women hair accessories. There are so many videos on my channel. Check that out, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.